Vladimir Putin addressed leaders at the St Petersburg Economic Forum amid strict sanctions from the West after Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. The annual international forum has long been the country's premier event for attracting Western investors. However, experts say that the forum this year is a shadow of its former self, as many Western leaders, they are absent from that event. But it could still be an attempt to signal to Russian citizens that the country is conducting business as usual. Dasha Chernyshova joins us live from Moscow for more on this story. Dasha, what were the key takeaways from Mr. Putin's speech?
Well, the speech is ongoing, but the Russian president is speaking about the Russian economy primarily that has been hit by the Western sanctions following the start of Russia's so-called special military operation in Ukraine. The Russian president said that one of the key principles of the Russian economy today is openness. Russia did not isolate itself, he said. He also stressed that the Russian GDP will be up to 2% by the end of this year, and he said that will allow Russia to remain in the list of the best developing economies of the world. He also stressed that the state finances of Russia are in good shape and said that the strategy that the Russian Federation has chosen in 2022 has been proven to be right. He has also been talking about the improvement for the trade and logistics when it comes to the trade with the countries of the Eurasia. He also was saying that the Russian businesses have first found themselves in a troubling situation, not knowing how to develop after the start of the so-called special military operation. But now they are finding themselves even in a better shape because they have more opportunities now because, of course, the lack of competition from the West. He has been saying that the interests of the Russian businesses and businesses of the countries that have stayed in Russia following the operation in Ukraine will be at the core of Russia's national interests.
And Dasha, the president of the United Arab Emirates, it is one of the key figures. He is one of the key figures at that forum. And we know that UAE and Russia, they have a relatively strong strategic partnership. What did the two leaders discuss? Do we know?
Well, indeed, there was a meeting between the two in St. Petersburg taking place today, and we've heard that the Russian president has thanked Al Nahyan for his assistance in the exchange of the prisoners of war and other humanitarian endeavors, as the Russian president has put it forward. We also understand that the UAE continues to support all efforts aimed at reaching a political solution through diplomacy and dialogue to resolve the conflict in Ukraine. And the Russian president has been saying that the relations between the two countries are developing in a very successful manner. He said that the economy of the UAE, its social sphere under the leadership of the head of the UAE has been developing very quickly, and said that this is one of the areas where the two countries could have a lot in common, a lot of cooperation, and that the UAE could serve as an example for Russia. But in general, that was a very cordial meeting, as we understand from the reports coming from St. Petersburg, and the two sides have pledged tighter cooperation between the two looking forward.
Dasha, thank you for that update. Dasha Chernyshova there in Moscow.